Today, today is the 10th of June 2024, and we would like to look at the radius of the sphere questions. Okay, we've been looking at volume of the sphere in the last video when you've been given the radius. Okay, today, if you've been given the volume of the sphere and you want to find the radius, it's the same formula, but this time around you need to make R the subject. Okay, so I'll show you how. Thank you everyone, all my subscribers, thank you very much. Please invite other people to subscribe, to help us share, like and follow. Okay, nice comment would be very much appreciated. Okay, and if you are watching the video, you are liking them, please do subscribe. Okay, we need you to circulate the platform so that they can keep us on the platform as well, and other people can also see. Don't keep it to yourself. If the account is not yours, ask permission from the account holder or open your own account. Very, very important. In the comment section, you'll normally see please follow my notes/scripts. In the last video, I think the last question, instead of 7 point something cube, I just wrote the 7, so I think I solved 8 without a cube. But as I was rounding out, it felt like it was about right. It wasn't about right. So I decided to do it again. And lo and behold, we got different answers. Actually, I did it about 3 times. This is why you should follow my notes, okay? Because even if it is not right, I can go back and check and redo it and tell you in the comment section. Okay, so please follow my notes. Thankfully, I did that. Okay, but I always go over the video again. So apart from maybe saying cube at times, when I say R or R squared, I end up correcting myself as the video go along anyway. But if you are doing volume, it will be cube. Okay, your unit will be unit cube, whatever unit they give you. If you are doing area, it will be squared. Okay, that's why we started the videos where we started from, because assuming I was in a classroom or in an interactive section, everybody will say, no, miss this. Okay, but in the comment section, but here it's not. Okay, that's why at times I welcome nice comments. Okay, and then another thing, as I always say, there are different learners. I can work with distraction. At the moment, I've done the notes and I had to put everything off. The last time, I decided to cheat a bit because there is a lot of election stuff going on. Every day there's something going on in the news. So I just wanted to catch up with what was going on in the news, what the political parties were saying. So I had divided attention, which I don't work well when I'm doing that. Okay, so sorry for that. And today, I've just woke up with another EU country calling for, actually France, uh, calling for a snap election. And it just feels like every day there is something going on. So even if you don't listen to the news for like 2 or 3 days, you come back and it's like there's lots to catch up on. So that's why in the evening I just take time, sit down for like 30 minutes, listen to the headlines. I don't need to listen to everything. I just want to know what is going on around me. Is okay? So sorry for that, but today everything has been switched off and I've gone over what I'm going to share with you. So fingers crossed, um there should be no problems today. Beware of scammers, please. Okay. And that is why you should know what type of learner you are. Are you do you work well with distractions? Do you work well with music? Some people work well when there's a little bit of noise. Some of us can't do that. We just need to focus on what we are doing at that minute. Okay. And so when it comes to math, I just need to give it all my attention. At this very time I realize I'm not putting it the right things. Okay. And that is for you to answer what kind of learner you are. For me, at times the calculator can even be a distraction. So that's why I prefer the non-calculator paper than the calculator paper. Because with the non-calculator, with no noise and with the figures, I can work with them because that was how I was brought up on four-figure table. We were not given the four-figure table, but if you need it, you put up your hand, they give it to you, you use it, and it is taken away from you. Okay, we didn't have calculators in my time. So I'm used to that way of learning, no distraction. Okay, so immediately I get that distraction. Um, I don't really like it. Okay, so today everything is switched off. Watch last video for recap. I haven't edited that part out because if I hadn't found that, that would have been, if it were exam, that would have been 1 mark I would have lost. So I leave it in for you to know that nobody is perfect. It will look like I'm perfect, but I'm not. Okay, but when you get something wrong, you should endeavor to put it right. Okay, that is the whole thing. But the sad thing is, if it were an exam, I would have just lost 1 mark, just being distracted. Okay, so please, um, take note. Don't be distracted. Okay, we solve questions using volume of the square, the sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed, not r squared. We are dealing with volume, not area. Okay, now our revision today, our circle theorem, the sixth one. Okay, now I told you that normally these questions don't come, and even if they come, you can easily um, say it in your own words and they'll give you the answer. Okay, so reasons like uh, their opposite angles. Okay, the interior and the exterior angle should add up to are equal. These are things you can easily say in your own words, but when they ask you the specific name, okay, then you have to try, okay. But this theory says that the tangent to a circle is a straight line drawn to touch the outside of the circle at a point. So that is a tangent here. So here is a point on the circumference. If you draw a straight line through this point, that is a tangent, and that is a tangent. Okay, now angle between a tangent and a radius drawn drawn to the point of contact is 90. So this is what they are saying. So that is a tangent to the point B. That is the radius. If you um, connect the center to the tangent, that angle is always 90 degrees. So if you can make a tangent here and you connect this angle to that angle, that will also be 90. Okay, that is why if you connect this radius to here and you connect that radius to here, okay, this length, the radius OB is equal to the radius OA. So if this is 90, that part will also be 90. So it means that this length, TB, okay, and TA will be equal, and that will be our next theorem basically. So these things you can easily learn them without the names by solving a lot of questions. But immediately they ask you that question to give a name, then you should be able to give a name, or you should be able to give a reason. Okay, otherwise you lose that extra 1 mark. That's why I'm going over the theorem with you, even though I've done the revision. With time, I'm learning something to edit the films. So instead of the long version, I can just edit this bit out, which would be like 3 to 4 or 5 minutes, and post it, okay, so that you wouldn't have to spend all that time watching it. I think I'll try it and see how it goes, okay. So with time, and then if you want to watch the whole video too, you can come and watch, okay. But I'll try and see how that works, okay. I haven't done it before, so I'll try and see how that works. Now today, as I said, we are finding the radius of a sphere, assuming we've been given the volume, okay. So this is our sphere, okay. So they've given, assuming they gave you the volume, this is the formula you need, because this is the formula that has volume and radius. Okay, there's another formula, surface area and radius. If they give you the surface area and they ask you to find the radius of the sphere, then that is what you use. Now remember, volume is a unit cube in the end, but radius is a length. So if they give you the volume as 200 meter cube, then your radius will become meters. Okay, so note that. Now, I want to make out the circuit here. So I'm going to multiply through by 3. So 3V equals 4 pi r cubed. Now divide both sides by 4 pi. So we have 3v divided by 4 pi. If I divide this side by 4 pi, all this will go away, and then I have r cubed. Okay, so r now is this cube root, not the square root of 3v divided by 4 pi. Okay, so let's look at our example. Given the volume of a sphere is 1800, find the radius. Okay, so now we've just made out the subject from this formula, the volume of the sphere. So this is how we find the r if we know the volume of a sphere. Okay, so now we have 3v, which is 3, the volume is here is 1800 divided by 4 pi. Okay, and then we cube root it here. Okay, now if you do that correctly using the calculator, I've checked today, I've checked and rechecked and rechecked. Okay, then you have 7.5 centimeters to 1 decimal place. It's the cube root, not the square root, please. So you have centimeters because radius is length. Okay. Now the next example, we need to find r, given that the volume is 500 meter cube. Now these are straight questions. Okay, so I haven't drawn the sphere today, but if it's an exam and you can't visualize, you can just draw a round something, put that in, and you know that you are finding the radius because they've told you the volume of the sphere. So this is the only formula you can use. Okay, 3v divided by 4 pi, and then you cube root it. Now your v is 500 meters cube, so your r will be whatever you get, meters. Okay, so r now will be equal to 3 times the volume divided by 4 pi, and whatever you get, you cube root it. Okay, go for the cube root, not for the square root on the calculator. So to 1 decimal place is 4.9 meters. That would be our radius. Okay, because we have it in meters, the volume is in meter cube. The next question, r equals the cube root 3v divided by 4 pi. You can also decide not to make r the subject, and if you put it in, you still come back with the same answer. Okay, so r is you have the volume as 1670 centimeter cube. So you have 3 times 1670 divided by 4 pi. So when you do it correctly on the calculator, you get 7.4 centimeters, 1 decimal place, because r is a length. Okay. So assuming you did this and accidentally, okay, you get distracted and you write your radius as centimeter cube, sadly you might lose marks. But as I always said, they are kind Gcse level. on the answer paper, most of them they give you the units. Okay, so that will be another uh, less added burden. So you should be able to just put in your answer. But assuming you've not been given the units, R is length, R is the radius. It will be centimeters. Okay. Now again, volume of the sphere is 720. Okay, so to find the radius, it is the cube root of 3v divided by 4 pi. So 3 times 720 divided by 4 pi. Okay. If you do it again right to 1 decimal place, okay, 1 decimal place, okay, you should get 5.6 meters. Okay, another one. You have a sphere 2015 centimeter cube, that is the volume. We want to find the radius of that sphere. So 3v divided by 4 pi, and then we cube root it. Okay, all this is on calculator. Okay, so 3 times 2015 divided by 4 pi. So first, you 3 times 2015 divided by 4 and divided by pi again. Okay, so and then you cube root it. Don't forget the cube root. And then your answer will be 7.8 centimeters. Again, this is to 1 decimal place. Okay, but assuming they ask you to leave your answer to 2 decimal place or the nearest centimeter, and it's centimeter because the volume of the sphere is centimeter cube. So assuming they ask you to leave your answer to the nearest centimeter, that'll be 8 centimeters. Or the nearest whole number, that will also be 8. Okay, but this is 1 decimal place. So read the question again to the end. Don't stop midway like I know it. Okay, if you remember the formula, write it down. Okay, so that after you finish solving, then you read the end of it. If they didn't say anything, leave it to 1 decimal place. Okay, so yes, uh we did the volume giving the radius the other time. Today we are looking at the radius, finding the radius given the volume of a sphere. Okay, so you can watch both videos together, or you can, depending on what you are learning, you can watch whichever one helps you. Okay, as I said, these are little stuff that you learn, and then because of the formula you can't remember the formula, and you don't want to um, do them. But if you can just remember the formula, that's why you need your flashcard. If you can just remember the formula, then it means you'll be able to solve it and get your marks, whether it's 1 or 2, and it will push you to the next grade boundary. Who knows? Okay. So please invite other people to subscribe, follow us, like and share our videos. Okay, thank you very much for that. If the account is not yours, ask permission from the account holder. Please, please, or open your own account. Beware of scammers, please. Thank you for watching today's video with me, and I'll see you in the next.